All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Gold-talker. And welcome to Coco Radio and Television Station where they give on a back-to-back as they happen, as the suburb for the Obodo, Nigeria, still on top this political analysis and on top Bola Ahmed administration, and most especially on top the giant of Africa, the ex-president Muhammad Buhari has passed away. On top the controversy where they happen, that a lot of people are castigating him, a lot of people are praising him. And on top this matter, now we see Moko can give an update as they share and as they happen. So that you yourself, if you hear some certain secret where don't happen before this man, the ex-president Muhammad Buhari, passed away. All right, so still on Steve. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, try as much as possible. May it take what you can, may it take the suburb so that if you hear that maybe as they happen. All right, on top of this matter, Barister Darlington has come on this interview saying that Buhari did not deserve any honor. Powerful. He said the reason is because the reason why Nigerians are this state where she is right now, the state where the country is right now, saying Buhari Kosamo, saying in fact Buhari has not done his homework well. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of atrocity that has happened, that has gone wrong within the period of his own regime as a president. On top of this matter, now Semeka can give us this update. Watch this the video as Barister Darlington give and open up those secrets. Watch the video. We'll be right back.
Moses, I wouldn't give Buhari any pass mark.
Any?
At all, because he didn't merit it. Let us call a spade a spade. My Bible says you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Even when he was alive, we are criticizing him for what he did. So coming now that he's late to come and be, painting a glory picture, the person would not look like a fool. Because all he did in office is very clear to everybody. Even under the military that he claimed to bring war against indiscipline, there was no discipline. Because we know what transpired under his watch, and that was why his fellow brothers, Babangida, removed him from office. So, let somebody come and tell me one single thing.
For the benefit of those Nigerians who are younger and may not have been aware, can you tell us some of those things that transpired? Because we're educating people now.
When Buhari came in as a military head of state, he came in with the mantra of war against indiscipline and was mesmerizing everybody with his no-nonsense stand, no corruption, no integrity and all that. So, people bought it. Before we can say Jack Robinson, he started doing a different thing entirely. For example, when he changed the currency, when he changed the currency to curb corruption, all of a sudden, 52 suitcases, were brought in from, I think, Saudi Arabia or so, or one of these Western world. And the thing landed at our airport. Nobody cleared. It was his ADC, Jokolo, who is now the Emir of Gwandu, that cleared those things expressly without any custom investigation. It was later we learned that those things were cash. Under his watch, that happened. Then under his watch, his second in command.
So could it be that the man himself was, pious, but those around him were the ones perpetrating some of these things? Because the reason, sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
The reason I say that is, I don't know if you've read the reviews to the book just published by Garba Shehu, where he talked about how Buhari turned down, how he rejected 10 million naira budgeted for food. He said, look, why are we going to spend 10 million naira on food? And he opted for bean cake and pap. Basically, Ogi and Akara.
Oh God!
That was the kind of person he was. He would rather have such a simple meal than allow the nation to spend 10 million on food.
You see, these are part of the thing I personally do not like about Buhari. I'm telling you, he ruled Nigeria with deceit, high-level deceit. He will appear in the public like somebody who doesn't do this, who doesn't do that. But Moses, you and I saw what came out from CBN when Tinubu instituted a panel to probe what happened. You saw, the man even came out and told us that yes, so everything Emefiele did, I ordered it to.
But has it been proven that the signatures there were signed by him?
You didn't hear me. You didn't hear this one I said, Abi. The man said that whatever Emefiele did, that he ordered it.
Barister, if we're to point to that, the direction of the former president of Nigeria, then why then is it that the incumbent, or rather the present administration or the present president, decided to handle the issue of the Ways and Means without bringing him in? Because we've not heard anything about, anybody going after him, arresting him, or calling him for questioning.
Look, over the years, Buhari was the luckiest president in the history of Nigeria. All his infractions, all his atrocities, all his corruption were just buried. It was never highlighted. Going from the time of Shagari, what Buhari did at an NPC when he was the first chairman of that institution, nobody talked about it till today. The $2.8 billion that disappeared under his watch. Nobody.
So you don't think that was because he was not involved directly, Barister? Don't you think that was because he was not involved directly in that? Because we've seen people who happens to be military head of state too in Nigeria still alive. They wrote books, and you know how they were, how they was aware in the words in that particular book that they have. I'm talking about Olusegun Obasanjo wrote his own book. IBB also have his own book at this point in time, and some other Nigerians also. And they weren't able, rather, they didn't call him or pinpoint any particular crime to this particular man we're talking about.
Didn't you hear what I said? I said he is the luckiest person.
How lucky can Nigerian be when he gets a book review and written?
Hold on. Buhari had this tendency of being, what do I call it? Unforgiving. Just like his fellow Fulani brothers. He has this heart. He will appear in public like a very quiet, harmless person. But you don't meddle with him. So people know him for that, even in the military. That's why nobody wants to expose what he did. Let me tell you a very typical example. When Obasanjo came into office and wanted to probe PTF, which Buhari headed, Buhari warned him not to try that. But Obasanjo went ahead. On the 7th of July, 1999, when Obasanjo set up that panel to probe because he received a lot of petition against Buhari. Meanwhile, the sole consultant for all the projects under PTF, under Buhari, was somebody related to him by marriage, a man. When Obasanjo set up that panel, the day that consultant was supposed to come and testify against Buhari, because he had all the document, everything, he slumped and died. That was the end of that panel probe. That was the end. Then when Buhari now came into office in 2015, one of the things he did was to compensate the son of that consultant, a 12th level officer in the civil service, with the appointment of managing director of rural education and other. And people say, what experience does that boy have to be given such a position? Is that not compensation? So all the people, go and check, all the people that they were always covering him, making him look good, so that he will, he will appear like a saint. So
are you saying that now that he's no more, we're going to see, people coming up to say things about him?
Of course. Like now, Garba Shehu, during the launch of his book, didn't you hear what he said? That rat story was made up to divert people's attention from Buhari's sickness. You can imagine. That he invented that rat story. That rat invaded his office. That's why he was operating from the house. Meanwhile, the real story is that when the National Assembly discovered that this man is no longer capable, they wanted to introduce a doctrine of necessity. Something they did for Yaradua. And because the North doesn't want that, they packaged him immediately and brought him back.
All right.
You see what I'm saying?
All right.
Then. They now covered it.
Now, Barister, if you are pointing at all these things, let us also remember that, Buhari was named the African Union ECOWAS anti-corruption champion. African Union anti-corruption champion, Barister. So don't you think that, for them to actually give him or confer on him that title in 2018, make it so clear that he actually worked against corruption or he kicked against corruption and indiscipline in Nigeria?
It's a lie. The corruption was at the highest peak under Buhari. It's just that APC and the press, they were not reporting exactly what was going on under Buhari. I'm telling you. But we have some evidence that corruption was highest under Buhari. Mention one corruption case Buhari handled and concluded. He even released those who were sent to prison for corruption. Remember the governors? I think Nyame and Dari also.
Yes, Dari.
He released them from prison and even gave them national award. What was he doing with the CBN governor that every day they were having meeting? The CBN governor will go to Asoro 10 times in a day.
Now, Barister,
was it not when he left off, he would now discover what was going on? Corruption of the highest order.
The passing of Buhari at this time, some will say this closes whatever case Nigerians might have been expecting to have against the person.
Of course, because he is a principal witness in that case. Why do you think that the case was being delayed? A principal witness, because he came out and told us that nobody should prosecute Emefiele. Remember when DSS was hunting Emefiele up and down? He now brought what's it called now? Presidential whatever. That nobody should touch Emefiele. That was what happened.
Yeah, he ordered.
Yes, he ordered. Yes. That whatever the man did, he was the one that ordered it. Can you just imagine? Is that not enough indictment on Buhari? And we are talking of trillions and trillions of naira. How do you justify that? But because he's a Buhari, Tinubu came into office with all the discoveries from CBN, from that man he sent to probe the place. What did the Tinubu do up to today? He has not told us what came out. Rather, what did he do? He went to go and pay that money according to him. He cleared that money. Nobody asked Buhari, come, because I remember the National Assembly said, come, this money is too much. Come and tell us. Who told you to collect this money? And what did you do with it? The National Assembly called Buhari. Come and tell us what you did with all these trillions of naira. And who ordered you to take it? Because before you can do that, the National Assembly must appropriate it. Up till today, until he died, he didn't even bother to answer them.
So are we to blame him over that, or the person who took over the office and decided to sweep everything that has to do with the ways and means under the carpet?
We should blame him. Because people are saying he's a integrity. That we are trying to point it out. Because he who alleges must prove. If you say this man was not good, you can tell us. That's what we are pointing out. So anybody who will come out and tell us that Buhari, that person is lying. He left us with, in fact, his years of in office was the years of locusts in Nigeria. I mean, years of locusts. Mention one area that Buhari did well. Mention one area. In human rights, he violated it right, left, and center.
Some will also say that in infrastructural development, he did awesomely well. Some people will say that in infrastructural development, Barister, he did awesomely well.
Nothing.
The second Niger bridge also was under his own time. We'll have to talk about the railway construction also that he championed from Itabe to Warri. We also have the Abuja-Kaduna rail line too. And then so many other things. Bring it back again to human development. We have the empire that is still running to today. And those actually were his initiative.
Okay, have you juxtaposed it with the money he borrowed? That he built a rail line from Kano to Maradi in Niger. Up to today, nobody has come to tell me the benefit of that rail line to Nigeria. He told us he will even travel to that place if we leave office and we are disturbing him. Unfortunately, he never went to that office.
But that one actually helped in easing, that particular rail line helped in ease of doing business in Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria actually rose from their position of 39 to 10th position in the World Bank ranking, Barister. And this actually happened when Buhari was the president of
Nigeria. This young lady, is like you want to play the devil's advocate.
No, we're just trying to put this.
No, you are not.
Let's make to wrap up this conversation.
There was no benefit.
As we conclude,
when Nnamdi Kalu's case came up, Buhari was in Owerri. I think I know Owerri or Abia. The Igbo leaders now said, look, this is our son. Is it not time you release him? Buhari said it's a matter in court, that whatever the court rule, he will abide by it. We said, okay, no problem. Eventually, the Supreme Court, not High Court, not Federal Court, not Appeal Court, the Supreme Court said Nnamdi Kanu should go. He has no case to answer. Rather, the federal government committed a criminal infraction by going to Kenya to adopt him. That they should pay him compensation and all that. That this man should be allowed to go home. He has no case to answer. Right. This happened under Buhari. What happened? Was he released?
All right, so welcome back from that wonderful clip of Barister Dality. You see, on top of this matter, sometimes I used to ask myself that are they confused the kind country where God carry me put? Because all of us now don't turn comedy. In fact, most of our leaders now don't turn us to their fans where they do their comedian pattern of lifestyle, thinking that they use us play. They don't know something themselves. See, anything where you do, the world are watching. The words are keeping record of anything that secretly, openly, whatever it is. The world they keep record. Look at what, just listen to what Barister Dality said. And many of us are aware of this secret. There are a lot of other things where we say we don't even know how the thing they take suburban. And they will come tell us, say, it's not the fault of the president. Meanwhile, is the president in charge of the whole those things? What a country. What a country. Frankly speaking, is he really supposed to be honored as an ex-president? Has he done well as an ex-president? Has he done the proper thing as an ex-president? Did he manage the economy well as a president? Did he steal as a president? These are some certain questions I feel we need to start asking in his absence. Because one day, monkey go still go market, you know, go come back. That is how this world is. Because the political system in Nigeria is more than the devil himself, where they enter them. There was a period of time that Buhari did it, and Emefiele. Now Emefiele did detention. Emefiele, they face one or two things. Is paying back the price of what the pains he has put Nigerians into. They don't forget, so all of us get creator, all of us gets, all of us self will be human being. Look at the way they're celebrating him. And during his regime, just as Barister Danza said, a lot of people died of hunger based on the cashless policy. Is this supposed to be honored? How long are we going to continue like this as a country? How long? They can't give us public holiday. More could they celebrate them? And there is no public holiday for the fallen heroes. Did they give public holiday on top of the killing where happened for Benue State? No public holiday. There are other souls who are much more important, which is the citizen. Even during the end SARS, even during the end bad government self, they don't give public holiday. Because he now passed away. Because the next president, that's why they always talk and say, now evil man they know. So, for this junction, I want to put my mouth to all I want to leave with us here as a fans. I want to make everybody they talk, I want to make it they talk your mind. Because as Nigeria, I think we don't reach the stage where we say we not supposed to fear again because of the power of social media. The power of social media has really given us this strength to express our feelings, how we feel as a country. And we are giving a public holiday for an ex-president who has handed us over to a pharaoh, to a slavery master. Look at the way they are messing up our economy. It's a shame. Nigerians, we need to wake up. We citizens, we need to wake up. Because the fact remains that in our country, in our fatherland, now here they born us. So we must still fight. Because if we don't fight them now, our children will still face the same thing. Who knows? How those hoodlums, those ones that call themselves our leaders, who knows how their picking will take behave with our own children? Just take a look at Sheyi Tinubu, look at what he's doing. Power never reach a hand. See, such person, if you entrust power in their hand, that means everybody will become a slave. And they're not, you won't go even worse passing, Papa. These are the things we're talking about. Nigerians, let's wake up. Nigerians, let us fight for our right. Nigerians, let us keep speaking out our hearts. Let's keep pouring it out so that we go feel understand. Say this generation, what would they? Don't be like in those days where social media no get power, no strength. The power of social media has gone beyond what they think. Do any secrets now? As I post this video now, you where you watch this video now, you can't share them. Drop your own comment down and share them. You see, go forward. Everybody now keep hearing update from left and right. We are the generations that will change things. So make all of us stand on our ground and say, yes, we're ready to change things. So for this junction, my brother, my fellow Nigerians, I want to show my man to make you look like I live in the man or the suburb.